Hello!
Hello.
Falling in love. We all know how that feels, don't we? Isn't it fun? What a strange expression, eh? Fall in love. It's like we almost trip and fall. Yeah? And maybe it's not so strange because a lot of people say, and I have experienced it early in my life, that when I was really in love, I couldn't really eat. I couldn't focus at work. It was a little bit dangerous to drive with my car. The thing is, when we become more aware and introspective and look into what falling in love is, because we all know that it's going to end. It lasts maybe half a year or a year or something, and we all know we're going to fall out of love, of this kind of love. So what it is actually we have a dream, a mental dream. And as a woman, what can that dream be?
Well, the white dress is the big dream of a woman, you know?
Yes.
And the marriage and the kids and all that.
Yeah. And for the man, it could be having a beautiful woman, having the nice car, the nice house, and the success. All go together. That could be a dream, yeah? And the funny thing on a technical level, when the mind has a dream like this and perceives that this is going to be reality, it short circuits and we feel love, we feel happy. But as soon as we start seeing a reality that it's a human being and maybe the whole dream is not going to come out exactly the way I thought it would, that love or happiness gets replaced by maybe pain, disappointment, and it starts cracking up. The falling in love phase starts cracking up.
For me, it's really strange to think that so many people try to fit other people into their dreams.
Yeah.
And it's very true. Like, women dream of being married, the white dress, she rushes into a relationship with the first available guy who can fulfill her dream.
Yeah.
Or let's say a man reaches a certain age where he feels like he wants to have kids, he wants to settle down, be married. He very quickly finds a woman who can fill the dream. To me, this is objectification at the highest. You know, I would call it the ultimate objectification.
It is very much so.
Like, we are used to talking about objectification in terms of sex, but in this kind of fulfilling your own dream, and it does not really matter if it's this woman or the next one, or if it's this man or the next man. To me, this is strange and complete objectification.
And there's a big difference between having a dream, a little bit unconscious, and trying to fit people in there, or try to create a life according to a vision or a dream.
Yes.
That can be reality. That can be really beautiful, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what happens when we have all these dreams, and then after a few years of relationship, we realize that they are not being fulfilled because we've never been in our hearts. We've never been into the connection, but we were just in our minds and in our own fantasies. Often happens for women to realize that they are not satisfied in their heart, because us women have an active heart. And that's when women initiate divorces. It's true. I mean, the majority of divorces are initiated by women. And what happens to men? Because it's a different dynamic there.
Well, most of us are very focused on making money and supplying the context for the relationship. If we have a family, for instance, so we're often very surprised. What? You want divorce?
Shocked.
I'm happy.
So
especially if I'm not focused so much on the heart connection, I can be happy because I got the car, I got the house, you know.
So the man is more inclined to leave the dream in his mind. But the woman wakes up eventually because her heart is very active and she feels the lack of connection in the heart.
And most relationship that breaks up happens in this phase when one of the partners or both start to wake up to reality.
Yes.
it doesn't fit with reality.
Exactly.
And they cannot go into reality and reshape reality. They need to live in the dream, so it doesn't really fit.
So how can they reshape the reality? I mean, what should they do at that point? Can they save the relationship?
Sure, but either they start fighting, like go into drama, or they flatline the energy and kind of settle and give up. But what they can do is start talking like we do now, yeah, to acknowledge, to bring in self-awareness. What do we really want in reality? Maybe it's not the white dress, maybe it's not that house, maybe I want to be happy. So what makes me happy? Let's look a
Yes.
little bit deeper.
Yes.
And then start connecting and be on the same team again, like it probably was in the beginning.
Yes. And if you happen to be single and not in a relationship, choosing the partner from that perspective of the connection is extremely important.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you try to fit somebody into your own dream, you go based on what we call the CV. You know,
Yeah.
you go for the man with that kind of status, with that kind of car, with that kind of muscles, with that,
Yeah.
or the opposite, you go for the woman with that
Yeah.
kind of body, with that kind of
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And this is going to fall apart.
It is.
Because
Always.
it's objectification.
Yeah.
It's this person or another that fits the same requirements.
Yeah.
But if you go for the heart connection,
Yeah.
that's truly unique.
Yeah.
And it's only that specific person that can fill up your heart.
Yeah.
And that's the long-lasting relationship with
Yeah.
much more prospects with much more chances for being sustainable long
Yeah.
term.
Most of us have to sadly go through this a few times. But now it's time, I think, to wake up and really go for what's real, yeah? And start
Yes.
creating relationships we really want to be in by being on the same team and talk about this and start acting from a real perspective.
Yes. And remember, you don't have to be perfect, just awesome.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Bye.